fixing your money mindset. You know, we so often think of personal finance as just math, right? Spreadsheets, interest rates, strict budgets. But creating a genuinely healthy financial life, that actually starts right in your head. So let's unpack the psychological roots of those pesky spending habits and build a real roadmap to help you regain financial control.
Okay, quick question for you. What is your absolute earliest memory of money? I know, it might seem kind of strange to kick off a financial roadmap by looking backward, but tracing your financial future actually requires a really close look at your childhood. Think about your primary caregivers growing up. Was money openly discussed at the dinner table? Or was it, a totally taboo subject that caused hushed arguments down the hall? This origin point right here, that is exactly where the foundation of your current financial behavior was laid.
Think about it. Were you raised with this constant, heavy feeling that money was scarce? Hearing phrases like, "Hey, we can't afford that," over and over, that literally builds a scarcity mindset. Or was there an underlying sense of abundance in your house? These early environments profoundly shape how we view our resources today. If you grew up in scarcity, you might hold on to your cash out of sheer fear. Or, on the flip side, you might spend recklessly just because you feel like it might disappear tomorrow. We adults so often assume kids just don't notice financial stress. We think, oh, they don't understand the bills, they don't get the anxiety. But let me tell you, kids are like sponges. They absorb absolutely everything around them. The nonverbal cues, the stress, the daily habits of the adults in their lives, they soak it all up.
In fact, get this, by the time a child reaches just 5 years old, yeah, 5, they have already picked up on your attitude towards money, and they're highly likely to repeat your habits. If you're a parent, wow, that is a massive realization. And for your own life, it's a pretty stark reminder that your current financial anxieties were likely programmed into you before you even entered the first grade. Crazy, right?
All right, moving on to part 1, assessing your financial reality.
To really diagnose how money makes you feel today, I want you to ask yourself 3 totally crucial questions. First up, does your current situation make you feel empowered, or does it leave you completely stressed out? Second, are your financial goals just a distant dream, or are they a tangible reality you're actively working toward? And third, are you actually happy with your spending, or does swiping that card secretly make you feel guilty? Look, if answering these doesn't feel great, don't panic. Recognizing that discomfort, that is step 1.
Now let's dive into part 2, mastering mindful purchasing.
Okay, reality check. It is so much easier to control your expenditure than it is to miraculously, overnight, increase your income. For most of us, impulse buying is just a temporary emotional fix. You know the drill. You feel bad, you buy something, you get that quick endorphin hit, and you feel amazing for about 5 minutes. Actually, scratch that, maybe less. But ultimately, this completely sabotages your long-term bank balance. The real trick here is to just hit pause. Look for free or low-cost treats that give you that exact same buzz without the massive financial hangover the next day.
So, if you are susceptible to impulse purchases, and let's be real, who isn't? You must intentionally create friction to stop that mindless spending. It's time for some tough love. Delete those shopping apps off your phone right now. Disable one-click purchasing. Do not save your credit card details on your browser. Literally force yourself to get off the couch and go find your wallet. And most importantly, never, ever use buy now, pay later services. Those traps are specifically designed to completely remove friction, which is the exact opposite of what a mindful purchaser actually needs.
Which brings us perfectly to part 3, taking consistent financial action. To stay in charge of all this, you're going to need a forward-looking routine. Enter what the team at Wealthy Self brilliantly calls the Budget and Biscuits meeting. I absolutely love this. It basically takes a highly stressful topic, budgeting, and pairs it with something comforting and rewarding, like your favorite snack. It's just a structured, dedicated time to get really real about your expenses.
Okay, so here is exactly how you execute this routine. First, make the first of every single month a totally non-negotiable appointment with yourself. Second, you're going to review your actual spending from the month prior. Be honest, did you really need everything on that statement? Third, set a strict expenditure goal for the new month, giving yourself a hard, concrete limit on what goes out. And finally, create and keep a vision board of your ultimate financial goals somewhere visible. By doing this, you are forcing total honesty about exactly where your money is going.
By understanding that your money habits literally started back in childhood, accurately diagnosing your current reality, and taking real mindful steps like booking your very first budget and biscuit session, you can absolutely regain your financial power. Sure, it takes honesty, it takes consistent action, but the payoff?
the payoff is absolute financial freedom. So, I will leave you with this to chew on. Are you ready to completely reframe your relationship with money?